Hi, I'm Max Smith, and this is my movie review for The King's Speech. So here we go. Okay, if you don't know, and if you do know, anyways, I do this in 3 parts. Part 1, what's the movie about? Part 2, what I liked or didn't much care for, and then my final thoughts. So let's get rolling. What is this movie about? It's about a true story. It's based off of the King of England in that time period. During, I forget which exactly the time period, but it's a long time ago. You know, back when Queen Elizabeth was just a little girl. So anyways, he has a stammering problem, a speech impediment, and he's been at all these different speech therapists. Then his wife, the Queen, finds this guy, this new guy, who's a little bit eccentric in his ways, but she agrees to his terms and brings her husband along. So he has him doing all these weird things, you know, and they help him out, and then he goes, and then eventually they get to the actual speech stuff. It helps out. He was there when he was doing his speeches on the radio. He was there helping him along the way. They have vacation. They helped when we got back. Well, to cut a long story short, he finally got to the point where he could feel comfortable with himself, the king, and didn't need the speech therapist eventually. And everyone lived happily ever after. And that's basically the gist of the King's Speech. That's the plot line. That's what it's about. It's about the king and his speech impediment, his stutter. So what I liked about it, they kept very well and true to the period, you know, with the costuming and the way people were presenting themselves in the buildings, as well as the king's, you know, speech impediment, his stutter. You know, they very well kept to that trueness of it. And then all the crazy things like the woo, listen to the song, you know, all the little quirky things that the guy really did, they actually used in the movie. Like there's a scene where he's on one side of the mic, the king's on one side, and the other guy's on the other side. You know, say, slow down, speak clearly. And then the one scene, when he's in front of the stadium, and then you just kind of finish it. It's very well acted out, and not anywhere making fun of people with stuttering problems. Just showing that, hey, just because you have a stuttering problem doesn't mean you cannot live a happy and healthy life, especially if you're a king or a public figure that is expected to give a lot of speeches. You cannot let that get in your way, and he did not let that get in his way. The acting was brilliant. Everything was so brilliant about this movie. Some scenes, I think, drug out a little bit longer, like some of the therapy sessions, and you know, in my opinion, could have been cut a little bit short because they just add to the movie. But other scenes were just perfect, like, you know, like I said, the radio scenes. The whole smoking thing, I think they could have cut that part out. In my opinion, it wasn't necessary. I know it calmed his nerves and stuff, but I don't think it was necessary to tell the story, you know, to put that much in there. I mean, they could put a little bit in there make it accurate, but at the same time, it wasn't, you know, flowing the movie along. There's some spots that were just a little bit slow. Which leads me to my final spot, which is my final thoughts. My final thoughts, overall, very well directed, very well true to the time period, and to what the king was really like back in those days. I think it was King George. Back to what his life was like, and how he overcame and, you know, dealt with his speech problem. as a man. Well, that's all I got for CFX Cinema Goers. Can't wait to see what you have to say about this movie. And peace out, and until next time.